What is up, ladies and gentlemen? So in today's video I'm going to be showing you how I got the new Bentley Flying Spur. So I started off with the first challenge. I already have 11 points for the seasonal challenges, so I only needed 9 points to get to the 20 points needed for the Bentley Flying Spur. So my plan after my plan to get those 20 points was just plainly to get it as quick as possible. So with this race with the Dodgers, you get 5 points, and then I went with a Charger instead of a Challenger, just because, well, I actually like them a bit more than I like the Challengers. So you'll see that over here I had a look around, and then I finally decided just to take the Charger. They have the same power. I think the Charger is a bit lighter than the... No, it's a bit heavier, as I see. But I chose it. I'm going to run through the upgrades and so on that I did on it. I did not do too much. Just put on bigger tires, stickier tires. Didn't do any performance upgrades, as well, it has more than enough power already, so there was no need for it. I think I did upgraded the exhaust, but we'll see now. Just so that you know, this is a voiceover. I already recorded the gameplay, edited everything, and then came here to yes, do a voiceover, tell you what I did, how I did it, and show you the cars I used. So like you can see there, went with the bit bigger tires. Didn't go all the way because I wanted to try and max out A-Class and get a few different upgrades in that are not just performance upgrades, or, well, more handling orientated. Just increase the track width. Did the suspension because it's nice to have a stiff suspension, because well, they can be quite fat, these cars, and have a lot of body roll in the corners when they're standard. Also chose to go with a transmission upgrade, because one thing that I don't like about these Forza games are the time that the vehicles take to shift. So it's nice to upgrade your gearbox and then be able to have quick shifts. So upgraded the diff to a race diff, just so that I could be able to have a bit more adjustability. I actually don't know why I didn't go with it, because, well, why I took it, because I never actually tuned the car. I just used it as it was, if I'm not mistaken. But like you can see there, trying to max out A-Class. Just a slight power increase, and most importantly we got handling, because with these American cars you definitely do need a bunch of extra handling. You'll see in the first race that the car does not really like to turn into a corner. Generally speaking, it wasn't that bad, but you can feel the extra weight of being a pure American car. So yes, let's get the challenge started. 3 races. The races weren't really that hard. The Javits are difficulty, like in all of the seasonal challenges, are, they're not that hard. If you guys want the tune that I used on the car, just leave a comment down below, and I'll give you the share code. Don't know why that took so long there. Okay, so to get the race started, I'm just letting you guys know that I also play on manual with clutch, no traction control or any assists. I do have the rewind on because sometimes, just like that, you make stupid mistakes. I genuinely try not to use it as much. Depending on how big of a mistake I made, it will affect whether or not I'm going to use the rewind. And it also depends on how far along I am in the race. So in the beginning of the race, if I make a big mistake, then I'll try and fix it. See, with these big American cars, you can really feel the weight. You have to be heavy on the brakes. Back end coming out. I always try and keep a clean race as far as I go, and be as realistic as possible, because it just makes it a bit more fun for me. Always try to keep close to the apexes, but sometimes, well, if you drive on a controller, then it's really just not possible all the time. It's very hard. Well, it's a lot harder to keep a clean racing line on a controller versus being on a sim rig. Also, just want to point out something. If you have a look at the smoke, for some reason, I don't know what the problem was, but all of the smoke is pixelated. You can see, I don't know what the reason is. For some reason, Forza on the PC, it just likes to screw around a lot, because you have a few graphical bugs and so on, and other times the performance of the game isn't that good. So I don't have the best PC to play the game on, but I have more than enough to run the game at a very good quality. And then sometimes, like now, I'll get like between 70 and 100 FPS on average, and other times then it just stutters and the game doesn't want to do what it's supposed to do. And I've seen a lot of that if you with the loading times. Now I'm running the game off of a SSD, but sometimes it still takes ages to load, and I don't know what the reason is behind that. I don't know if it's maybe just a Forza thing. But first race is finished. Going to be moving on to the next one. This Charger is really a good looking car. See, like this now, I pressed the enter button and then it took a couple of seconds before it actually went in. So I don't know if it's related to internet or anything hardware related. I reckon it's probably due to internet or something like that, because the internet that I do have at the moment is not good at all. So I reckon that might be a problem, but I'm not sure if it is. Gonna let the video play so you guys can just have a look at the racing. The driver tires do stupid stuff like that. I don't understand why they program to behave like that. Truly idiots. I've just left the whole pack behind there. I have to say I really enjoy the street racing events in this game. The circuit races are also fun, but having the elements of AI traffic that's also in the race makes it a bit more fun. So I don't know, what do you guys think? But see, like there, I had a car coming from the front, so I had to go wide and I cooked it completely. Just gives you an extra element of surprise, I guess. I don't know what the right English word is for it. Second race done and dusted. I also want you guys to let me know, for those who have actually watched a few of my videos, to let me know what do you think about the video editing. If there's something that I can try differently, because like I told you in the previous video, I am new to this, so I'm open to any suggestions around things that I can change around a bit, just to make it a bit more entertaining for you guys. So that's going to be the main thing for me, is I'm going to have to listen to the audience and what they want. Obviously I'm going to do the things that I want to, play the games that I want, but I'm always open to suggestions and learning how to better my content and be more engaging. I don't know, but either which way, yes, I just want to have a community that's a bit more engaging. I know with the amounts of people watching the videos at the moment, that's going to be harder, but eventually I'll be at a point where I've got a bunch of people watching my videos, and well, by that point I want them to know that if they make suggestions, I'm going to be listening. There's second race all done. Was that the final one? I don't know. Yes, that was the last race. So the next one I did just for 1 point was just take a photo of your character outside of the vehicle. So I was just going to get this 1 point and then do a 3-point race, and then I was on the 20 points for the Bentley. Okay, for the next event, I chose one of the event labs one. one with the modern sports cars. I also decided just to take the new Nissan Z Nismo that we got in the previous video. I've truly been loving this car. This new Z Nismo. It's a real nice vehicle, this. Sounds good, handles good. It just does everything very, very good. Probably still not the best A-class modern sports car out there, but for me, it's really good. Just said with the previous race that I usually try and keep it as clean as possible, but well, with the way I'm driving at the moment, it doesn't really seem like it. But to be fair, these AI drivers are just utterly stupid. I don't have any regards to when you're turning in. They just turn into you, try and cut you off. See, like they don't try and keep a clean line at all. They just stay on the line that they want to be. Even though sometimes I get quite mad at them, and then I just do the typical Forza thing and just ram straight into them. Sometimes with the unbeatable driver cars, then I just, if I'm struggling to overtake them, I just ram into them full speed through the corners just to try and catch up. But that depends, because I saw with the unbeatable driver cars, if you have a good vehicle, then you usually do good. But once you have a vehicle that's not on par or not tuned really good, then that's when you usually struggle with the unbeatable driver cars. So usually if I do a race with unbeatables, then I just take the time to be extra bit vigilant and just focus a lot on the type of vehicles that I'm going to be racing against, and then the type of vehicle that I'm building, and just make sure that you have the optimal amount of power and handling, and then usually that goes good. Came in a bit out there. Had she yanked the handbrake. Taking time, that corner catches me. Hey, that's the last race, and now I have 20 points, and I've got the Bentley Flying Spur. So I was actually quite surprised with this vehicle. As you can see, it's got a low A-class rating, but still pulls good. Well, it makes a lot of power, has a lot of torque, but I mean it's like 2.5 tons, so it's a really heavy car, but very good looking. Very good looking vehicle this. And I have to say, I love the interiors on these Bentleys. Very classy. And the game, car sounds good as well. Now usually when I get a new vehicle, I just hoon around a bit, throw it around, see how it feels, so that you get a good idea of the geometry of the vehicle, so that well, you can plan ahead on what you want to do with the vehicle. For me, what I chose to do with this car is I chose to make a drift car out of it. Out of all the things, I don't know why I decided that, but I was pleasantly surprised on what a good drift vehicle this thing makes. But you'll see in a moment. I'll run through all of the upgrades with you guys and see everything that I did. You even see the tune that I put on it. I'm also going to take it on the mountain pass drift zone, but first I'm going to hoon around a bit just to get a feel for the car, put a quick tune on it, and then going to see what drift score we get on that mountain drift zone. So now we're heading back to the festival just to start with upgrades. But of course we just have to make a dramatic entrance. So first off, I just ran through all of the different engines, which there's a surprising amount of them. I mean, 8 different engine swaps that you can do. I don't really see the point in doing an engine swap because, well, a lot of people put different engines into the vehicles, but for me, I usually try and keep the standard engines in and just get as much power out of it as possible. And luckily the standard one made a bunch of power, so that was good. But the last engine that I had a look at here, I think is also a Bentley engine, which I think maybe for a future video that I might put that in, because it makes a bit more power. I don't know if it's upgraded, if it's going to make more, but make a video on it and see how it is. See, that's the one I was talking about. Went straight to rear wheel drive. Get me some drift tires. And I do apologize for me revving the vehicle that much, but I'm just used to doing it by now. I wanted to use these black rims but for some reason the center caps didn't show up, so I decided to not use them because well, it looks quite weird with a grey piece in the middle of a black rim, so I decided to go with something a bit different, but I think it suited the car really well. It's one of these HRE rims, HRE B101. On the transmission side of things, I was contemplating using the 4-speed drift transmission, but I thought with a vehicle that was going to be this heavy, I was scared that it's not going to have enough power for just the 4 gears, so I decided to use the 7-speed. I didn't really need to change the gear ratios or anything, because as it was just there was good enough at the end. The drift suspension with that drop just looks really good. The weight reduction, I was actually surprised that we were able to shake that amount of weight. I actually wonder why they didn't make different soundtracks for the different types of exhausts. I've seen it over a few different vehicles that there's no sound difference through the sports exhaust and the racing exhaust, and I don't know why they do that, because well, yes, it does change the performance, but the main thing when Forza came out was they really emphasized that once you tune your car and you change the intake and the exhaust, it's going to change how the car sounds. And for most of the vehicles that's the case, but why not make it all of them? Because it just makes it way more fun. Something I don't always like is those anti-lag turbos. They just way overkill. Sorry. It would have been nice if they gave you the ability to tune the anti-lag, so that you can change the duration of how long the pops and bangs are, because the way they have it's just way too much. It's just a constant banging and everything, and I don't really like it. But if you had the ability to make it like pop and bang for 3 or 4 times, then it would be good. Now you can see this thing makes some good power, and it's surprisingly good. I think because of the long wheelbase, for the longer corners, it makes it just so stable. You can just keep it in a drift, and with the extra weight, if you come up a bit short in the corner, you can just yank the e-brake, and then that extra weight just carries you so much further. You'll see I used it a few times where you just pull the handbrake and then you just keep on sliding. Now keep in mind I'm playing on a controller, so drifting on the controller is a bit more twitchy than normal, but like you can see with this car, once you are in a drift, then it's just so smooth. It just continues going and going and going, and you can get a good amount of angle with this car, and it's a long wheelbase. just keeps on going, man. It will be tough. Get some good angle out of this car. Now this corner I screwed up, but came in a bit fast and went wide. Now the one thing is the car doesn't really pick up speed that fast because of the weight, so you just get a bunch of wheel spin and you don't really get going that quickly. So once you get some momentum going, then you can stay in a drift for a long time, but starting from low speeds you struggle just a little bit to get the car going. So the tune I did here, I just tried to get a little bit more grip in the rear, just to help with getting the car to accelerate a bit quicker for when you go from a tight turn to a longer stretch. Tune did make a bit of a difference. I did a test run just to see how the car was on the drift section, and didn't think it went bad. This run that I'm showing here definitely went a whole lot better, but I think the car could use a bit more grip in the rear. Here we go. Let me know what score you guys think that I'm gonna get. This thing is just nice and smooth. Real nice and smooth. I have to say the transitions on this car is not too bad at all. Like you would think with a car that has such a long wheelbase that it would struggle to go from left to right, but it does really good. Now most of these transitions that I'm doing is without using the handbrake or brakes or anything. It's just going straight from left to right, If you wanted to transition a bit faster, then you just give a tap on the brakes while you're busy going to the other side, and then it goes even quicker. See there what I said about just yanking the e-brake. Just makes you go that extra bit wider. I usually run this drift section downhill just because you can get a bit more speed going for these longer corners. You need a properly fast car to get a good score going uphill, so I prefer going downhill. That's why probably in some of the future videos you guys will see that I'll usually tend to go downhill on the drift sections just to get a bit more speed going. We're nearing the end here. Got a bit too eager over there. Luckily I didn't spin it. Okay guys, so that's the Bentley, the Flying Spur, proper drift machine. But yes, until the next one, then I'll see you guys.